You feel it on a Sunday afternoon when the apartment is too quiet. A hollow sensation, somewhere between your chest and your stomach. Not pain exactly, just absence. Your first instinct is to pick up your phone, scroll through someone else's life, and feel somehow even more alone. That feeling has a name. You call it loneliness. But what it actually is turns out to be far stranger than an emotion. It might be the single most important survival technology your species ever evolved. Your brain has a system for hunger. It is not just an inconvenience. It is a biological alarm so urgent it physically changes your behavior until you eat. You do not choose to feel hungry. Your body needs fuel, and your nervous system will not let you ignore it. Here's what took scientists embarrassingly long to figure out. Loneliness works the same way. In 2008, neuroscientist John Cacioppo at the University of Chicago began publishing research that quietly rewrote what psychologists thought they understood about social isolation. Cacioppo found that loneliness is not simply sadness about being alone. It is a distinct biological state, triggered by a specific neural circuit designed to push you back toward other people the same way hunger pushes you toward food. Not metaphorically, literally, the same ancient mechanism. Your brain on loneliness enters a measurable state of heightened threat detection. Cortisol spikes, your immune system shifts, sleep fragments, pain thresholds drop. And all of this happens below the level of conscious thought, before your mind has formed a single opinion about the situation. Why would evolution wire something this dramatic into your biology? Because for most of your species' existence, being alone meant dying. Go back 70,000 years. Your ancestors lived in groups of 50 to 150 individuals on the African savanna. A single human, cut off from the group, was not a loner. They were a meal. The night was full of things that could kill you, and none of them were afraid of you. Your only real defense was each other. Alone, you were slow and exposed. Together, you were the most dangerous thing on the planet. Any human who did not feel the pain of separation would wander away and be eaten. Any human who felt that pain deeply, urgently, physically, would be pulled back to safety. The ones who survived to have children were the ones who could not bear to be alone. You are their descendant. That pain is their gift to you. Evolutionary biologist Robin Dunbar, whose research at Oxford transformed how we think about group living, argued that the human neocortex expanded specifically to manage complex social relationships. Your brain is large not primarily to solve math problems. It grew to track other people, to remember who helped you, who lied to you, who owes you a favor. Social intelligence was not a bonus feature, it was the whole product. Loneliness is the alarm that fires when that system detects a threat to your most critical survival resource, your connection to other humans. But here is where it gets genuinely counterintuitive. Loneliness does not just hurt, it makes you sharper. In a 2009 study, Cacioppo and colleagues found that lonely people show measurably heightened attention to social cues. Their brains respond more intensely to faces, especially threatening ones. A lonely person scans a room differently. They process social information faster. They are more attuned to tone of voice, to hesitation, to the things people do not quite say. This is the system doing exactly what it was built to do. When you feel disconnected, your brain floods your perception with social information, because reconnecting is now the most important thing on your agenda. The lonelier you feel, the harder your nervous system works to read the people around you. That is not a flaw in your psychology. That is the feature. Think about the most driven periods of your own life, the most creative stretches. Were you perfectly, comfortably connected during those times? Or were you in some way reaching? Trying to earn something, prove something, belong to something you were not quite sure you had? Studies of creative output and innovation repeatedly find the same uncomfortable pattern. Some of the most generative minds in history were also deeply, persistently lonely. Not in spite of it, through it. Because the loneliness signal is fundamentally motivational. And in a brain as complex as yours, that push can get redirected. It can fuel the desire to make something so extraordinary that people cannot help but see you. To build something so useful that you become, to people you will never meet, indispensable. The signal is the same. The direction depends on what your brain believes is available. Modern life has made this circuit very confused. For most of human history, social connection was physical. The people in your group were nearby. You saw them, worked alongside them, slept near them. The signal your nervous system used to measure belonging was built around bodily proximity. Now you have hundreds of contacts, instant access to more human interaction than any ancestor could have imagined. And yet loneliness rates have been climbing for decades. In 2023, the United States Surgeon General issued a formal advisory declaring loneliness a public health crisis, with data showing roughly half of American adults report measurable feelings of isolation. Young adults, the most digitally connected generation in history, report the highest rates of all. The ancient alarm system cannot tell the difference between a text message and a hand on your shoulder, between 600 followers and one person who will come when you call. So the alarm keeps sounding, which means the hollow feeling on a Sunday afternoon is not a character flaw. It is a system working exactly as designed in an environment it was never built for, pushing you towards something your nervous system evolved to need desperately: genuine, reciprocal human connection. The pain is not telling you something is wrong with you. It is telling you something is wrong with the situation. It is asking the same question your ancestors answered every day: who is your group, and are you with them? That question built your brain. It drove your art, your language, your civilization. It pushed lonely individuals to make themselves so necessary that other people had no choice but to let them back in. You still carry the same signal, the same alarm, the same ancient pressure at the center of your chest. When you feel it tonight, remember what it actually is: not weakness, not damage. The oldest invitation your biology knows how to send: get back to your people.